You know what? I'm actually a little self-conscious about how I start a stream now because I post all these streams on YouTube, right? I've got a dedicated VOD channel because Twitch gets rid of these things pretty quickly. And just, there's a part of me that just does not like content or really any kind of media going to waste. So it just goes on there, both good and bad. And there was this one stream recently that I started just by saying hello, hello. And that's the one that a random guy decided to comment on and just went hello, hello to you as well. Which, for one, it's like very, awfully nice of him. But also, now I'm like, I don't. Something about that just kind of like. Hmm. You just. I know I'm out here streaming, so this is maybe disingenuous as far as points of view go. But please do not perceive me. I am so off my game, and Jesus, man. Spiders, when you have base damage and everything, is perhaps the most upsetting thing. What am I down to now? Like, how heart and a half? One heart on the first room. We are struggling. And honestly, this is no. This is just kind of par for the course for what has been honestly a pretty freaking awful week so far. Work has been incredibly tough. It's just been a lot of experiments. My boss, for whatever reason, he gives me these data analysis assignments, and he's like, do these if you have the time. And apparently, if you have the time means do them even if you have to do overtime, in fact. Because I send it to, I do all of my work, and then if I have the chance, I work on it, which is, as you'll recall, what he specified I ought to do. And instead, he'll just complain at me whenever I'm not doing all the work. He'll like hit me up on the email the next day and be like, "Hey, I noticed you didn't do all this data analysis." And I'm like, "Yeah, I thought you said I should do it if I had the time." And guess what? I didn't, because you're dividing 3 people's worth of work across 2 people now, because we used to have 3 people on our team, now we only have 2. So I'm doing 1.5 people's worth of work every day, and on top of that, you're throwing me whoa. You're asking me to do data analysis, which I'm not even paid to do. I feel I'm repeating myself so much on that. But I am doing work for free, basically. And this man is asking for more. But anyway, so yeah. Week has started pretty rough on that account. Then on top of that, we've had the problem that we've had the problem that well, I say I've had the problem. I lost my freaking wallet on Tuesday. That was terrifying. I I bring my whole wallet. So like I buy my lunch every day. I step out. We work right next to a grocery store, so I buy my lunch every day. I brought my wallet with me, as I do every day, and I was wearing, I guess, some particularly baggy, uh, like uh, what do you go, sweatpants. I cannot speak right now. And their like wallet just fell out at some point. So I just ate all casual like in the little like quad we have outside of work. And then I step into the office and try to put my wallet back, and I can't find it because it's gone. Oh, suddenly I'm kicking into like mission mode. Suddenly I'm kicking into overdrive. I need to find this wallet. I need to I'm just like retracing my steps, making sure I'm not missing anything. Making sure I take the same elevator just in case it fell in there. I walk all the way back to the grocery store. I give them my number, a description of the wallet in case they get it. I'm going, I'm doing everything short of like outright calling the police. Would you even do that for a wallet? I feel like you wouldn't call 911, sure, but like you might like, call someone. You might like hit someone up and be like, "Hey, if you do get this." But I was like giving that wallet up for lost basically. And then I got an email. Ah, Jesus. I got an email from someone in the company that just reached me through the little like emailing list. You know how like at work you can just type someone's name in, and if they're in the system, you can email them. Apparently he found it and he was like, "Hey, I gave it to the like campus security. Give it to them." Or like go ask them. I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." I go to the nebulous place where it is that he dropped my wallet off. It was just this little like panopticon style glass office. And I talked to the guy and he's like, "No, sorry, I already gave your wallet to my supervisor." And I'm like, "Okay, well, where is your supervisor?" And he goes, "My supervisor is in the little like central hub we have for campus security. It's all the way across the like building compound." So I go there, and I reach the spot. I'm knocking on the door. The door's locked. I go into the office next to it. I'm like, "Hey, is anyone in there? I need to get my wallet back. Someone turned it in there." And they're like, "Oh yeah, probably. If you really need someone in, you can just use the little payphone system we've got." And they're not payphones, but they're these little like landlines that are just attached to the wall, and it's a very sort of old. You know how like plastic, when it's old, it becomes like it turns from white to like this sort of like beige ugly color. That's what it was. It was like I was calling on one of those phones, trying to get them to, pay me any mind, trying to get someone on the line. They put me on hold on like the dedicated like get in touch with security line, which I feel is a little messed up. And then I finally get like, it wasn't even that they hit me up, it was just that I was able to get someone that was walking around to open that door, and I walked in and I was like, "Hey, anyone got my wallet here?" Finally got my wallet back. That was a very meandering way to tell a very mundane story, but I was like, you have to understand, I was so ready to cancel my cards, and of course, because I was running around trying to get my wallet back, I didn't get as much work done as I should have, which made my boss mad again because he thinks I'm skipping out on work or something. Wow, got sniped on that one. Yeah, we're doing Isaac runs today. We said Isaac, we're doing Isaac. Game's called Isaac, we're playing freaking Isaac. But yeah, and then today's just been like all flavors of busy, because also, okay, this is like this is this vague through line. If someone is out there is watching these videos, you'll know this, that I go and do work at this like other facility on campus that is managed by this kind of by this frankly, it's not his fault. He's German. God bless him, but he is very German, and by that I mean very sort of like, very strict and a little bit off-putting. He kind of marches to the beat of his own drum, and he knows the right way to do things, and what's like, well, he thinks he knows, and the worst part is he actually does know. Like, he's actually very knowledgeable at what he does. Okay, well, we're gonna say that one was on purpose to get the item going. Because honestly, it's just embarrassing the kind of damage I'm taking out here today. Alright. And for whatever reason, that one German guy, he's got it into his head that he has to teach me how to do science his way. So now he wants to meet me at some point next week and like start like a full course of like training his way, which I'm sure is going to be many kinds of hell. And on top of that, I still have to do my full workload for my regular stuff. So this is gonna be something. Yeah, it's oh no, I've just got a bad. It's just a bad week. Bad week, but it's Friday tomorrow. Absolutely psychopathic way to dodge that shot. I'm so surprised it actually worked. Yeah, okay. I forget how much harder Isaac is without the D6. You know, things you don't notice you're missing until they're not there anymore. The D6 for one. And okay, actually though, happy news. I am getting a new computer this weekend. That's like set in stone now. That's happening for sure. And that's honestly very exciting. Oh, thank you. I am very, very happy to finally get like a decent computer. I went on, okay, it's so fucking laughable. I went on it's like PC Parts Picker or like one of those websites that's like, you know, put together your own computer or like PC. It was like one of those like user benchmark, I think it was. It's like one of those where like you can do a test on your computer and you can see how your computer compares to other similar or, you know, equivalent roughly computers. Oh man. Oh man. Here they come. Okay. It is fucking laughable, actually, how poorly my computer compared to other, like, quote-unquote equivalent computers. I was looking at it as like, there's no way that's actually true. There's no way my computer is that bad, Copium. But no, it was. It, like, actually, I checked it. It was pretty damn horrible. It was, like, all the way down in the red in the little, like histogram thing they put up. And I compared it to the one I'm gonna be getting this weekend, and that one was a solid, like, oh, come on. Doesn't this, like, oh, I was gonna say, I thought this shit exploded. What is it? False PhD. I'm gonna, no, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say, let's go for Angel Deals. So, I'm very excited to report I'll probably be playing Dark Souls 3 on stream now. I didn't try to do it on stream. I tried to do it off stream at some point, and genuinely my computer couldn't even run it. So that's where we're at. That's sort of, you know, I play Isaac because I like it, but also because it's kind of what we got, man. It's kind of the limitations of the hardware. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing Dark Souls 3. I've never played Dark Souls 3 before, so that's gonna be a fun one. Played a decent amount of Dark Souls 2. I haven't actually full on like finished it, but I was at a point where I felt I got all the enjoyment that I could out of it. And truly, isn't that all you can ask for in a video game? I cannot believe I didn't get hit by anything. continues to not get hit like an absolute boss. And there. Come on, come on. Oh, in other news, there was an anime night. I say okay. I need some clarification here, maybe. So a group of friends and I, there's this local bar that does themed trivia nights, and we kind of fallen into this rhythm where we don't really go to all of them because, it's a lot of money to have to spend on not a single decent item. It's a lot of money to have to spend on like a weekly bar outing, every dang time. And we are not, we're not college students anymore, but we're still broke. So now we just go to like whichever theme trivia seems good. Okay, chill out. We just go to whichever theme trivia seems good. And we went to the anime one because, like, come on, if there's an anime trivia night, you gotta go to the anime trivia night. Our team, at least, we were so painfully mediocre, man. Like, don't get me wrong, we were, like, we got fourth out of a total of, like, maybe 20 teams, but that's just because, like, in the last couple of rounds, we pulled through with some absolutely, like, out of our ass guesses. Nothing that was actually, knowledge that we'd earned. Sticky bombs, man. At least we're getting a lot of soul hearts. Like, we're gonna be hurting for health, but damn. Sorry, I know, like, I was gonna say, see, I know I'm in the middle of something, but, like, this room, more than any other room, it makes me need to focus on such a visceral level. Like, you take away my freedom on one of the axes, and suddenly I cannot do anything. But yeah, we got fourth overall, which, according to the bar trivia rules, earns you a Hot Wheels car to be assigned to whoever you decide to in the group, and decently, all things considered, fourth. Hey, that's something. But I've mentioned it before, but like as a weeb, and I'm not sure I even call myself that now, and that's sort of where this is going. I'm not sure you can call yourself that anymore. Like we, as a you live in this sort of almost paradoxical space where you do not want to be more of a weeb, but you definitely don't want to be less of a weeb. You want to be as much of a weeb as you think you are, and it turns out we were not as much of a weeb as any of us thought we were, and that's just something we have to contend with now. We have to like think about what that means for us. Damn, that was good. Oh, this is an XL floor. Oh, duh. Yeah, I've been to both item rooms. Yeah, this is an XL floor. What else have I been up to? I haven't been up to much. I'm gonna be honest. It's like this is something that I do struggle with. It's like I know I'm supposed to be entertaining, bro. I'm not having more shit happen to me than the average person. I'm not going out like mountain climbing. I'm not freaking going on any kind of adventure. I do my little 9 to 5, and then I come here and I decompress by telling y'all stories. This doesn't make me an adventurer. And I'm having such an off day today. There is a world where maybe today's stream becomes a little shorter, I'm not gonna lie. And I know this is gonna be devastating for the YouTube contingent, which I'm gonna be honest. What the hell is going on with my YouTube VOD channel? Active contrition. Oh. As much, but it still does. I don't think I can blow you up yet. No, I cannot. This is so sad. Angel deal, though. Very nice. I forget where I was going. Oh yeah, just like today is a very, very weird off day. I've just had such a beatdown at work. It's gonna be bro, please. I chased that. That was on me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I mean. It's just I feel like Isaac especially. It's a game where if you're not doing good mentally, I'm not doing poorly, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, you know, if you're not like in a happy space, oh man, the game eats you alive. Oh, I was talking about the YouTube thing. So I've got like a small YouTube contingent, and I say, okay, small, it's not a contingent. I think it's literally like maybe one guy. But there is someone out there that is watching every single one of my VODs all the way to completion. And you know, part of me, of course, suspects this is like someone I know personally. They're doing as a sort of like weird little favor thing or something. But part of me is also like, who the hell is, you know? There's like a video recently that got like not many views, like maybe 30 or so. But out of those 30, 10 people like watched the whole dang video. I'm sorry, like, you know, I'm not juicing it up. You know, what goes on the YouTube is this thing, and not to like, you know, untoot my own horn, but it's just why I'm not sure I want that. How do you drop this left control, yeah, off you go. But yeah, someone out there in YouTube is watching my videos. And sometimes multiple someones, so you know. Suck on that, I guess. It's very odd because, you know. Where's the love on Twitch? Huh? Where's the people on Twitch being all like, oh my god, thank you, hello. Not to be ungrateful and all, but love me and cherish me, and also do not perceive me. That's sort of, you know, I'm a hard man to love, but if you don't deserve, if you don't like me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. We're okay, my bad. Yeah, and like an Isaac run can be downright miserable too. I was honestly kind of hoping to pop off, chill out, and instead you get these runs where you're like, you know, you must imagine Sisyphus happy, and then also, you know, you are Sisyphus. It's like, it's a lot easier to imagine Sisyphus happy when you're not Sisyphus, I guess is my point. Like, you must imagine Sisyphus happy, but how does Sisyphus imagine himself? Because it's very easy from an outside perspective to be like, yeah, but you know, come on, pushing the boulder up the mountain is its own reward. And then, you know, you go as Sisyphus and he's like, going shit. You push the boulder up then, you piece of shit. I'm gonna sit over here and complain about it. I'm gonna sit here and say, oh, that looks fun. Well, Oh, that reminds me. I never did watch the Percy Jackson live action TV series, or I guess Disney Plus series. That was like a thing that happened, and then it's, I don't know, I feel like it kind of vanished and it kind of went away. Something about it wasn't quite right. And then it's just, I don't know. Is it getting more seasons? I hope it is. I still, haven't watched it, so maybe a little hypocritical of it. Those books were such a formative thing for me growing up. No, not to me. Okay, that did nothing. That was so sad. It did nothing. Well, all I'm saying is I better get like a devil deal on top of this now. I better get an angel deal and a devil deal. And I better be a freaking good one. I better get some brimstone. I deserve it. Well, we knew that was coming. We knew that was happening. Oh, that was the deal, huh? That's we're getting into red hearts now, huh? There's just so much shit floating around, man. Oh my god, please stop it. Please stop that. Please freaking, oh my god. Just die. Just die. Okay. And a devil deal though. Yeah. Yeah. Well. I'm not sure that did anything. Alright. I will be right back. Excuse me. I am now based and allergy pilled. Oh, I hope that wasn't picked up, but like I was getting a mighty runny nose, man. I was not trying to let that come through in the friggin' audio, man. Okay, there we go. And there we go. At least we've got the foundations of a decent run brewing. We've got Devil Deal, we've got an Angel Deal. There's, our tiers are a little funky. There's like good stuff is happening. We will be okay. We will be okay. Also, okay, it's so messed up how my ass has taken like not even an hour of like training in Godot. Because I was like, I've always been so like kind of interested in anything that's, game dev related. anything, you know, half of my YouTube is like devlogs, which don't freaking get me. It's like a love-hate relationship thing I've got with devlogs, because 90% of people who make devlogs don't make games. They make devlogs. You know what I mean? They're YouTubers, not game developers. They'll start like starting my dream game, and then like catch them in like, you know, 3 months being like, why I scrapped everything, and that's a good thing. And I don't forget, you know, it's just it's the usual fare. It's what they do because it becomes stable. It becomes safer, kind of. Oh, that makes it kind of funky. I'm not gonna do that. It becomes kind of like safer to do devlogs, because you know you've got an audience for a devlog. Even if, you know, if your game's gonna, even if your game's gonna flop, you've got a contingent of people who want to watch you make it. So you've got a thing that is proven, right? A thing that works, and a thing that doesn't, you know, that might work, but you don't know that it will. And I'm just now realizing I didn't hit up the item room, and I have to go back through that room and get hurt if I want to do it. And man, I don't want that unless would it be like here-ish? This is a secret room. Nope, it's not. No, that's not gonna be a secret room. Well, let's just do it this way, man. I'm not trying to go through all that. Congratulations, or sorry that happened to you. I ain't doing all that. Wow. Wow, whoa. Okay, maybe we should have done it. It turns out I'm getting my ass beat. And I've barely damaged mom. Oh, that was beautiful. That was massive. The timing. Oh man. Okay, that was actually great. Now, I am going into the heart. Can you hear the cat singing in the background? I think Gale has gone out shopping or something. You know, getting groceries. And now the cat just wants so much attention. It's kind of fucked up because she wants attention solely because we've started locking her up at night. And I don't want y'all getting on my case. You try sleeping with a cat meowing and pawing at your door. Actually, you know, I can. Because I can sleep through anything. But Gale cannot. And she was freaking miserable for about 2 weeks before we decided to go and like buy a little cage we could put the cat in. And you know, it's not like it's not a small cage. She's got plenty of room in there. She's fine, trust me. But now in the morning she wants so much attention because she just spent all night in the freaking drunk tank. And that's just made her like a lot more lovey in general. She constantly is like begging you to grab her and hold her and tell her everything's gonna be okay. And man, I get it. I get it. I'm gonna be honest. I get that. Okay. Alright, a lot better than it could have. Okay, this is gonna be a very particular rant now. It's gonna be it's loosely tied to the anime night, but like, okay, and this is a little embarrassing to admit, but I did like a little bit of practice before anime night, by which I mean I went on like Sporkle and tried to do like a couple anime quizzes and everything. I was doing decently, but apparently, you know, turns out those quizzes are kind of very biased toward popular anime, and the guy at the trivia night just went kind of absolutely insano with the difficulty. There we go. But anyway, in my practice, not only did I... Sure. Okay, yeah, sure. In my practice, not only did I do those quizzes, I also started watching a lot more anime, just for fun, you understand. And I started rewatching Reborn, which, if you're not familiar, it's a semi-classic. I feel like, you know, if you watch anime, you know about it, and if you don't watch anime, you don't know about it. And that's, you know, that's kind of where it lives very comfortably. And it's just, I really don't like, I like everything about Reborn except for the main character and the fights, which is kind of everything about it. I don't know why I'm still watching it. Like, the setting is so cool, everything about it is so cool, except, you know, the main character is such a wimp. And typically you might be like, you know, that doesn't matter so much, because you can have a main character who is a wimp, and that's okay. But the whole point of the show, at least, you know, the way it started out, and it still kind of is that, you know, he's a wimp, and then this guy, Reborn, he shows up, and he's gonna train him to be like the next boss of a mafia family, and to do so, he needs to, you know, make him get rid of his inhibitions and kind of access the sort of the true alpha male residing within, is essentially the short of it. So now the problem is, you know, he's still a wimp. I'm like pretty much 90 episodes in. He's still such a massive wimp. And it hurts, like, especially because the whole conceit of the show is that if he tries, he can do it. And he knows it, you know, because the whole conceit of the show is that when he gets shot with that special bullet, he becomes sort of the him that is not constrained by his inhibitions and by, you know, it's a sort of like the mask thing, but it's more of, you know, makes you feel like, what if I died just now? Wouldn't I have regrets, basically? And he's like, you know, and he accesses the him that lives dangerously, the him that lives as though every day could be his last. And so, you know how cool he is and how cool he could be when he does that, and instead he's just still such a wimp 90 episodes in, still begging for help from everyone around him. Okay, that was my bad. I don't know. It's just something about it that's like, you know, I think Reborn has like one of those like weird things where it started off as a slice of life comedy. Well, not even slice of life, but just like a one-off gag comedy thing where it's just like, you know, wacky inventions, weird characters, wacky situations. And then it started getting a lore, and it started getting like, you know, it started getting a bit of zhush to it. And now it's, you know, you can't keep clinging to the character that he used to be, because you're now in a format that demands character growth, and you're not giving it to him. Everyone else is evolving, and he just, you know, he's still the same wimp 99% of the time, except, you know, when he has to go fight, he becomes mega cool alpha dude, which is like, why, you know, why doesn't any of that stick around? Why doesn't any of that become part of his normal self? And that's just, you know, that really freaking does piss me off. 2 of hearts is decent, I guess. Oh, this could be good. I'm gonna sit up here. I'm gonna do a bit of sipping water. And I know I posted Night in the Woods Well, I know I posted. I know I put the VOD up, and that's the one that got all like the wacky like 10 people watching the whole thing, which was like a 3.5 hour VOD. I hope they fell asleep. Actually, I should not say that. I hope they liked it. I hope they watched the whole dang thing. I hope they took notes, man. They're gonna be on the test. But it was we're gonna be doing more Night in the Woods is what I was getting at. Probably this weekend. I don't know. I have to go to the doctor on Saturday, and I also have to. I've got the doctor on Saturday, and I'm going hiking on Sunday, which, holy, okay. I'm a little worried about the hiking. I know I shouldn't be because I bike to work every day. So I actually kind of have godly legs at this point. Like the rest of me, you know, but my legs are good, and that's sort of, you know, that's what's in a hike. It's the legs. So I ought to be good. But you know, every dang time I've tried to go hiking around this area, it's always ended in heartbreak. I've never been able to do the whole thing. So I am a little worried about going out hiking with a friend. I think, you know, part of me is kind of worried. That ought to blow you up. Yeah, it did. Oh yeah, it did. We don't really have enough damage to make this a fast fight, and that's a little worrisome. I'm gonna pop strength. Okay, there we go. There we go. OMG, he strim. OMG, he do strim. Do we need to do Hush? And I guess more importantly, can we do Hush? Hang on, do we? We absolutely do need to do Hush. Do we want to? I know you just joined. Belle, do we do Hush? Do we do Hush, yes or no? It's a very difficult boss. And this is an okay run. It could happen, it could not, it depends. Yes? Alright. So basically, if it doesn't work, it's your fault. You heard it here first. At some point, we're gonna have to start doing some challenges on this save too, because we kind of need to... We kind of need to stock up for that. Oh god, these are not good items. This might be good for the fight. Any tinted rocks? I need literally every advantage I can get. No tinted rocks here. How about the shop? Okay. None of this is that good. Mama Omega is good. It's just not really this floor kind of thing. How about here? Speed up, extra tier backwards. These are both not great items. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this, man. I don't think this is gonna work out. What's the card? Strength. Okay, that's gonna be good actually. At least that we've got. I'm gonna donate the rest of my money. What have? Oh, come on. What have you been up to? What's been going on with you? I was just explaining for like a while there the sort of absolute bastard week I've had. Where there's just a lot of work to be done in the lab because we used to be 3 in the team and now there's just 2 of us, so we're each doing 1.5 people's worth of work. And also, like, I had a whole scare where like I almost lost my wallet on Tuesday. So it's been a very sort of mentally taxing sort of week. At least we do have tiers massively up. That is true. Making garlic knots, just put them in the oven. That sounds very tasty. Wait, I know what garlic knots are. I was like, what's one of them? That sounds good. I know what a garlic knot is. Now I want something garlicky, man. We're having some kind of pasta for dinner. That's all I've been told. But I am very excited for that. Okay. There's this weird dynamic developing now between Gail and my mom, where like Gail has discovered a love of cooking ever since we moved in together, and you know I thank my freaking lucky stars for that because God knows I don't like cooking and I'm not good at it. So you know it's good that she does and she is fantastic at cooking. Oh, come on. And now the thing is, what? Now the thing is, my mom heard about that, and now she's asking for recipes. So now it's like my mom being like, "Well, I'll try to make some of these recipes, but I can't promise anything because I'm not that as good a cook as your girlfriend." I'm like, where did this come from now? Hello, hello, hello! Stop this! Stop this, please! Oh, Hush is actually almost dead. I think we got this. Famous last words. Famous last words. Holy shit! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I spoke out of turn. I spoke out of station. I am so sorry. Oh, these screwed me over last time. I gotta make sure to get rid of them. This it? Is this the safe spot? Where is the... Whoa, where is the safe spot? I think this is the safe spot. This is the safe spot. Y'all got the mom approval. Yeah? Kind of sounds like that's what it is, but I'm not... Oh, we got him. Got his ass. Fart, baby. And... Oh, wait. Oh, God. Do we try to do delirium? Now, this just opened up. This is the gate to a much harder boss. We can take the way out, you know, we can go up and down and still do stuff that's gonna be hard but decently easier. Or we can go do the very, very hard boss. Hard mode or nothing. You're gonna be the death of me, but let's do it. I'm gonna regret this. I'm really gonna regret this. Curse of the Blind. Oh man, that's not great. Okay, now the thing is, we gotta get actually some kind of a teleport item. Or something like that. Because if I, you know, I think my best bet is to go around beating other bosses and getting the items from that. Because, okay, the whole thing with this floor, we're doing delirium now, is there's gonna be a bunch of boss rooms, and one of them has the correct boss. The rest of them are just like random other bosses. So, I think our best bet is to like go around beating the other bosses and gathering items, and then we go and we go and use those items to beat delirium, because as we are, I find it very hard to believe we could actually go and beat delirium. Okay, that got him. Got his ass. Oh, absolutely got his ass. Okay. I don't know what's I already asked you what's going on, bro. I can't like I the thing is I need to focus right now. So the banter engine is kind of like on the back burner. I can't be like chatting like normal and do this. I've got limited brain capacity for this. It's already, I think, kind of a miracle that I can play this game outside of boss rooms and like talk about other stuff. There's just, you know, I don't know if I can do that, and Lord knows I'm not gonna be able to do it with Delirium. God no. Come on, come on. Pop up, bro. Don't tell me he won't pop up because he's getting hit with Brimstone. This is terrifying. Okay, there. Pop out now. There. Cannot believe I didn't get hit. I should not be alive. Jesus, man. See, like, there's two boss rooms here. And, well, neither of them, you know, it could be neither of them. Because there's going to be a good few scattered around. But if we hit Delirium on the first one, we're kind of screwed. This is a pretty hard boss. Fuck. This is the end boss for the stage beyond what we were going to go to if we didn't go here. So this is an end of game boss also. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna die here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we did go with Isaac for a little bit. Let's switch to something else. What else have I got to talk about? I feel like I've gone through my topics so quickly. I've run out of everything. Oh, I did mention earlier, but I am gonna be getting a new computer soon this weekend, presumably, and by presumably I mean definitely, unless my friend forgets to bring it. But it's a computer that's like, it's not even that good. Like, honestly, it's not even that good of a computer. It's still, like, miles better than this one. I mean, you see that just now. Like, it was stuttering on this game, which is, you know, it's a 2D pixel, like, easy game. Still, absolutely chugging. Just shame, honestly, shame on this computer for that. And I plugged this computer setup into some sort of like computer benchmark analyzer thing. And it was like, this, your computer is so bad. Like, your setup anyway is so bad. Your computer individually is performing. They told, like, that's what that thing said. That my computer itself is actually performing like 40% better than a computer with my specs should normally. And that, you know, and we're still getting all these freaking issues. So that goes to show how absolutely dog this computer is. How absolutely rancid this PC is. Of course. Beautiful. Ow. You know what the worst part is? I still haven't unlocked this character on my main save. This is like the silly little save I use on stream. This save, in some respects, is more advanced than my main save, which I have poured like 400 hours into. This shit better not be breaking on me. I think it was with Bethany as well last time that the game straight up crashed. That's when we switched to Night in the Woods, which I will be streaming more of, but you know, as I mentioned, my friend is bringing a new computer this weekend, and we're also going on a hike together. So we will see if time permits, because Saturday I've got a freaking doctor's appointment, and there's like a cousin of Gail's is in town, so we're gonna meet with her, show her around. It's a very unusually social weekend. Hello, popping in for a few minutes. Hello, thank you so much for popping in. Oh well, how's life going? How you doing? I was just saying, we're gonna be doing more Night in the Woods possibly this weekend. If any time this weekend, probably on Sunday, I would say. Right, I don't have a map. This is where we came in. Probably Sunday, and probably from a new computer, new and improved new computer. Oh, finals next week. What kind of? If you don't mind sharing, of course. Keep in mind this is the internet and it's gonna be out here forever. Are you like a college student, high school? What kind of level is this? High school. Oh. Yeah, that's I mean, you know, I hope I hope it all goes super well, but I am so sorry. I do not miss high school. I do not envy you at all. Yeah. Actually, okay, so you might not know this about me, but I am not from the US. I am from Spain originally, so we don't really have high school the same way it exists here. We have what we call bachillerato, which is like it's like you already specialize in something. School places have school till June. Yeah, my college had school till June. We were in the quarter system. But we have bachillerato, which is like it's essentially high school, right? It's ages 16 to 18, but it's like you already specialize. There's like science focus, well, life sciences. There's technology, which is all like physics and such. There's art. There's social sciences. But we don't have anything like APs or anything like that, and that kind of really screwed me over when I came to study in the US, because there was like pretty much like not to say that like the schooling level, I mean there's some parts where I was lacking, but everything that was like chemistry and biology, you know, the things that I focused on in my school, they were kind of like trivially easy for the first 2 years of college for me. Which, to be fair, I probably needed it to be that way, because it was the first time I was being taught, you know, chemistry in English rather than Spanish. So it kind of helped that it was a chemistry that I already knew. Pretty similar to magnet schools. What is what's a magnet school? It's just I'm trying to like puzzle it out in my brain, but like it's just the word magnet and school, and I'm not sure how that informs. Like, what does a magnet school do? I've heard it before. I've never looked into it, and now you got me against the ropes. Jesus juice, nice. specializes in one thing. Oh, okay. Magnet art, middle school, and I'm way better than other people in my art class. Oh, that's so good though. Wait, you should. Okay, I was gonna say like do it if you want to, but you should like join the Discord server and drop some art or something. We had someone that like used to drop art, and then they just, you know, they kind of stopped. I don't know. They had their own thing going. But like, I'd be very, very happy to see some of this art. And also, is art what you're looking to go into? Is that sort of what you're planning on doing as a job? Preparing for art fight. Art fight? Wait, is being an artist looking to go into biology actually? Wait. I did biology. I do that. I did microbiology and immunology. You cannot do it as a job. Brother, you cannot do biology as a job either. I'm so sorry to say. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard, but biology is one of those degrees where like you kind of have to use it on science, like on like research. So unless you love research, you have to invest all the way into a PhD. At least that's been my experience. I know it's like probably different, and I'm kind of shackled by the fact that I am an international student, so I'm like I can't work as freely as someone who is native to the US can. You know, like I have like friends that did biology and now they're going into like something like consulting, and consulting is big money. Now I can't do that because, you know, as I am in the US with a student visa, I can only work in something that is related to my field of study, which consulting is kind of a gray area for that, and I'm not willing to risk my ability to stay in the US on a gray area. But I'm sure, you know, like, of course, it's a lot better always to get a job or like study something you like than something you don't. So if you like biology, do biology. Please, by all means, don't change your whole plan just because an embittered lab assistant told you not to one time on the internet. Please go ahead and, you know, trust your instinct and your research. But yeah, I'm sure I have some perspective that can probably help. So if you know, if you have any questions regarding all of that, I can probably help out. Where's the Discord link? Uh, you can probably type God, what probably like exclamation point Discord might drop it. I'm not sure. I think I have that set up, but maybe I don't. I should probably have that a bit more visible, huh? But yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah, feel free to, you know, ask questions on stream or just like reach out like outside of that, you know. I'll do what I can. I've been through it. I'm out the other side and it's decent. It's not so bad. So what kind of, I mean, I guess what is it about biology that you're into? What kind of biology are you looking to do? And is that as a sort of like precursor to med school? Because there's a whole other thing. The link is expired. My freaking just pick it up and drop it here, man. I'm so sorry. I thought it was it's set to never expire. So that is kind of screwed up. Okay. Copy this link. I'm gonna drop it here. invertebrates and studying morphology and how things function. Evolution is also big on that. Evolution was like so like it was like the main thing for me. I remember like for me it was we did this one class in middle. I mean, I'd always kind of liked biology because in this, you've unlocked a bit of streamer lore here. But I've always kind of liked biology because there was it was back when I was like a child, and it wasn't biology when you were like young. It's something like life sciences or like just science in general, and it's like one of those textbooks that has like the leaf veins on the cover, or like a tree frog, one of them. Um, it was biology was the one subject that I actually like really struggled with. So all the other subjects I could just like listen to what the teacher was saying in class and kind of get decent grades on the exam just off of that. But with biology, I actually had to sit down and do it, and it was hard. Like it was I spent a lot of time with that textbook. I spent a lot of time getting acquainted with it, and that kind of instilled a bit of like a passion for that. And then in middle school, at some point, we did like a lab on insulin, and it was like a very basic thing, but like we talked about the fact that uh, diabetic people used to need insulin from pigs, because like pigs are like close enough to humans that it worked, but there was always, the issue with rejection and everything. Some people took to it better than others, but it was never like an easy thing. And then the teacher said, and eventually we figured out the gene for insulin, and we put that gene inside of bacteria, and now we have bacteria making insulin for humans. And that was like a bonkers revelation for me. Like it was such a like, what do you mean you can take like a chunk of instructions for humans and put them inside of bacteria, and bacteria will know what to do with that? You can just like put living things together like Lego? Like it was eye-opening, and that was kind of what really put me on the path to like microbiology, genetics, etc. It's so sick. We can just grow human. It really is. No, it's like one of those things where like sometimes I worry that I've lost kind of the spark for biology. I worry that I've lost my passion a little bit. But then I'll start thinking about stuff, and I'll start getting these little like revelations, or I'll read like a really cool paper, and I'm like, no, I still really really love this, and I'm still very very happy I decided to study that. So yeah, and doing that kind of stuff, that kind of like gene editing stuff, is something that we do a decent amount of at my job. We do stuff with CRISPR. We do a lot of the sort of the basic pipeline for stuff we do at work is first we design some sort of a mutation that we want to explore, right? Some sort of like mutation in a cell with cancer that we want to explore further. So then we have to like design that mutation. Create we have to create that mutation in cancer cells so that we can then, check out what it does and everything. So first we have to create that mutation, and we create that mutation by just literally, there's companies out there where you just go and ask for like little segments of like gene. They're called G blocks, where it's just like these little bits of like gene code that you can then put together into a plasmid. So then what we do is, you put them with certain reagents, certain enzymes inside of a thermocycler machine, which is just a machine that, can go through temperatures very regularly, and you can just set it up to be like, 60 degrees for 2 minutes, then 70 degrees for 10 seconds, then repeat that 34 times, and then at the end, give me like 70 degrees for 5 minutes, and then hold that temperature. Right? So there's like, it's one of those, it's what you use for like a PCR, for example. And then you just put that into the plasmid. Then you just put the plasmid inside of bacteria, so they grow it for you, because if there's one thing bacteria are good at is replicating. So you just put the plasmid inside of bacteria, let them replicate the plasmid for you, then you extract the plasmid from bacteria, and then you have to do something really cool, actually, which is you have to take that plasmid outside of bacteria and put it inside cancer cells. But how do you do that? Because it's not as easy as with bacteria, where you just kind of drop it around and bacteria know to grab any sort of loose DNA that's around and incorporate it. That's something bacteria do a lot in the wild. But human cells don't do that. So what you have to do is create a virus that has that gene code in it, and then infect the cancer cells with that virus. So you have to first infect cells with the plasmid and the virus, and then the virus will know to take up the thing. And then you create a new disease, basically. You create a new disease, quote unquote, that's just like a virus that's loaded up with that plasmid, then will feed it into cells. And that's sort of, and then the pipeline further beyond that is, once you have the confirmed mutation in cancer cells, you go in and then you have to like change different treatments. You have to try out stuff, see what works, see what doesn't. So then you apply treatment, you wait X amount of time, you kill the cells, collect what's inside of them, and then you do something like a Western blot, right? You check like the number of proteins at X amount of time and under X treatment. Or you can do something like applying a treatment and putting things in a machine where over time it takes images and it collects like a lot of, So that's sort of how a study looks in microbiology, at least for us, right? It's sort of because we're focused on finding medicine that works against cancer. So you create a specific kind of cancer, then you try to treat it, and then you see how it works or doesn't work. Using viruses like that is insane. It's honestly, it's like it's so, I don't know, there's something really nice about me telling you this, because it's very, to me it's such a fact of life. I've kind of become, I don't want to say jaded, but I've become so used to that being the case. But no, like the fact that you're like listening to this and being so wowed kind of like really makes me happy, really makes me like, oh yeah, it is actually really cool what I do day to day at my job. But yeah. I'm gonna be looking forward to that arc, by the way, if you do post it. I'm gonna check after the stream. I'm not gonna check immediately because, man, it's taken all I got to keep two threads going in the brain. The multi-thread processor is right now playing this game pretty badly and doing a conversation pretty badly. So we can only do that at the moment. Eventually we will become good enough at the game or good enough at talking. We're gonna improve. You've brewing up your own take on werewolves. Having virus come from dogs and a special virus made to. Would that be like not completely fantasy? So I think what you're kind of talking about here kind of sounds like a zoonotic disease. I feel like that's the correct term, but it's basically like some kind of disease that originally infects a different species that then makes the jump into humans, right? That's something COVID-19 was that, for example. It used to, be an animal disease and then it infected humans. And it can, it can show itself in different ways. But I do think there is like, unless that virus is sort of the same kind of virus that I work with in the lab, that's sort of like a very man-made thing whose entire job is to make gene mutations, because like viruses typically don't create gene mutations, right? Viruses just introduce their own genes that are just like telling the cell, make more of me. And that's sort of how viruses go. They introduce like a little bit of genetic code that's just make more of me, and that's typically not a long-lasting change. There are stuff like retroviruses, which are viruses that like, well, is that is it a retrovirus or a lentivirus? I think it's a lentivirus that like introduces its own code inside of the DNA permanently. That could be maybe what you're looking at, but still sort of like such wide scale changes. It's like, it's not purely realistic, but it is not purely fantasy. So if that's what you're going for, that works, I think. Yeah, it's not common for a virus to take DNA. A virus will vary, like occasionally, I mentioned this already. A virus will occasionally make like God, hang on. A virus will occasionally make genetic changes or deposit its own DNA. It doesn't normally take other DNA. Which is why, it's something that we have to, we spend such a hard time. We've got a whole protocol for doing that in the lab ourselves. I find it so fascinating how people will do like good ass art on the side. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I haven't seen your stuff yet, but like, it's like people who, because we all draw like as children, right? But then you're telling me there are people out there who like just start drawing and they don't stop. No. I mean like people who like, even if it's just like casual drawing, like we all draw as children, but like you mean to tell me there's people out there who had that bug, they started drawing as children and then they just kept drawing and now they're like almost 20 and they're still drawing and they've developed their skills? Like that is wild to me. Because I remember being I how old was I? I was probably like 5 or 6, and I was like the best artist in my class, which is not saying much because we were 6-year-old. But I was, I was the guy you went to if you wanted someone to draw you a pirate ship, right? And I remember drawing a pirate ship, and I was like, I'm gonna be a little wacky, and I made it using perspective. Just sort of like I tilted it down a little bit. You could see into the deck type thing, and like everyone in my class went bananas. They were like, "Oh my god, that looks so good. You're so good. You should be an artist." And then I just stopped. Like I stopped doing art. I was the dragon dealer in 5th grade. It's just like, right? There's like, there's like at some point, I want to do an Azazel run to finish off. Give me something a little chill. How long has this stream been running? Hang on. I can check. That's not the friggin' that is. An hour 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah. If this is a proper full-length Azazel run, that'll probably land us right at the end of the stream time. But don't you touch that dial, because I'm gonna send you off to some good friends who are streaming and who would really appreciate the raid. But yeah, it's like so wild to me how there's people, because right now in our living room, a friend of ours made these like actual full-on abstract paintings that look so good. And she's like a physicist. Like she's not no, she's an artist in the terms that she does art, but not like professionally, not vocationally anyway. She takes money for art. God knows she took money for that. But she's not an artist vocationally. Still though, she is making such good ass art, and like it's so wild that you'll start drawing as a child and just keep drawing. So I guess what I'm getting at is props to you for sticking to it, because I think I could not draw a pirate ship now as good as I did at 6 years old, and that's a bit of a depressing thought. That's a little sad, right? Maybe I should draw a pirate ship. I'm gonna do a stream that's just me drawing a pirate ship. Do you guys want to watch that? Just me on... But like, okay, I don't have any sort of like drawing tablet or anything like that. And drawing a pirate ship with a mouse is gonna be like pulling freaking teeth. Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'll try to set up maybe something. It's gonna be maybe first ever camera stream or something, where I'm just gonna point it down at my table and draw a pirate ship is what we're gonna do. That's a fun stream idea. Most drawing isn't too difficult with practice and a stabilizer. Maybe. No, I don't know if you were there when I was drawing sort of my idea for a potential PNG tuber. I think that might have been, I don't know. When was that actually? Was that the like Saturday stream or like Thursday? I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty recently, and I drew like a mannequin type thing with my mouse. I did pretty dang good. I'm not, I'm not gonna say, not to toot my own horn too much. I did pretty dang good for drawing with a mouse on Paint.net. I did pretty dang good. Monster drawing is a skill. Oh, it absolutely is, and I don't have it. I can fake it. I can fake it till I make it. But yeah, mouse drawing eludes me. With a I'm sorry. I'm struggling to imagine what word you might have said that Twitch thinks is offensive. There. Really big page with a bunch of dinosaurs and then my thing updated and I lost it. Oh no, I'm so sorry. No. Where is the item room? Out this way, presumably. Yep. Yes? Oh god, this is gonna be like a one of those very slow ones, but I've got triple shot, like come on. Come on, you gotta do it for triple shot. Yeah, look at that. Oh man. Oh man. Gimpy is good. But you know what? I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna see if we get like angel items maybe. Okay. Um What else? What else to talk about? Oh, there's another stream that I did at some point that was data analysis, because you know a big part of doing science is doing data analysis. You get like you do all these big experiments. You put like a 384 well plate and an imager for like, you know, a weekend, and you get like thousands of data points that you have to look at. So a big thing is knowing how to code a little bit so you can run a like a analysis yourself. And I did like a stream at some point that was basically a little crash course on how to do that. I think it's definitely up on YouTube. I don't know if Twitch still has that one. But there's, you know, that's something we can always do. Always learn more. Ow. Ow. I'm getting a lot of bomb stuff. What's my opinion on hagfish? I'm not sure I have an opinion on hagfish. What do you mean? Which, I guess my first question is, which one is the hagfish? How does the gentle hagfish look? Do they deserve to be vertebrates? Oh man, you're putting me in a tough spot here, man. It's like I'm gonna get people angry at me like they did with Pluto now. Like, do they? I don't know. I think if they put their mind to it, they can do anything, and that's beautiful. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about hagfish, I think, ever. I'll look into it if you want. They have a cartilaginous skull. Okay, but like, if they don't have a spinal column, then they're by definition not vertebrates, right? That's sort of what a vertebrate is. It has vertebrae. It has a spinal column, right? I guess I can see where the debate comes from. Where like they got like a skull but they don't have anything. So why do okay, I guess I know why they have a skull, but like, you know, it's like it just attached to nothing. It's just floating inside of their head. That's a little weird. They are currently classed as vertebrates. Man, okay, do you want to start like what is it called? Not a GoFundMe, the other one. The one that's about signing stuff. They're super primitive fish. Yeah, but like, so are sharks, right? I mean, everything is kind of. I guess that's not true. I was gonna say everything's primitive, and not everything is primitive. There's some things that have changed a lot since primitive times, and some things that have not. I feel like fish got it right very early on. I guess they've also had a lot more time to get used to it. But like, you know, there's very few things on land that have stayed the same. The only real thing is like, you know, things that are like semi-aquatic, like a crab, for example. Very few things on land have the same staying power that freaking fish have. At least sharks have a spine. So true, actually. Not a lot of people talking about the spine on sharks. We are the kind of stream that says the controversial stuff. Like, if you don't have a spine, you don't deserve to be a vertebrate. And if you don't like it, Germa is that away. Thank you very much. What about insects? What about insects? Like, are they what? Like, what about what about insects? I'll do you one better. Who about insects? Have they changed too much? Oh, I see what you mean. No, I feel like, okay, I feel like the closer you get to, like, I don't want to say complexity because I feel like that's a big faux pas in biology because everything it has, you know, everything has evolved the same amount, and not, you know, visible complexity isn't everything. Ow. But I feel like insects are also kind of like they got it right early on. They used to be like a lot bigger. I know this about insects, right? They used to be like massive. Everything kind of used to be massive. But yeah. Less oxygen now. Yeah, I think it's also like the meta has changed. Like, it used to be like everything was big, so you had to be big. Now it's less, you know, now everything's a bit more compact. It's more about how you use it now. Megafauna really fell off. I mean, to be fair, it was a pretty bad build as far as, like, you know, I don't know what they were thinking with that patch, but like the meta did not need it, and you can't dominate just by being stompy. It was a really rough patch, I think, as far as meta goes for any game, really. The dragonfly. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. When I think mega insects, I imagine dragonfly. Like, I know there were other ones, but maybe it's just a byproduct of the schooling we had, and we've all seen that one clip of, like, you know, ancient land, and there's just like a massive dragonfly flying around. But when I think big insects, I just think dragonfly. I used to catch dragonflies as a kid. You can catch them with your hands like pretty easily. It's a little messed up, like, now that I think about it, and I wouldn't do it now. But I used to catch them. What do you mean, wait, for real? For real what? That I used to catch dragonflies? Yeah, big time I used to catch dragonflies. You can catch dragonflies with your hands? Yeah, when they like perch on a thing, you can just kind of like, you can just make a little pincer with your fingers, and I don't mean like a pincer like grabbing between your index and your thumb. There's a bit of a delay. Yeah, there's just a bit of latency. That's pretty normal. I hope it's not too big of a delay, but yeah, that's just how it is. There, no one can control that. That's just Twitch. You have got to do that. What, catch dragonflies with your hand? Yeah. I used to catch everything as a kid. I was kind of, it's not messed up. It's just, I guess it's just the way that kids are. We're all a little bit of a sociopath when we're younger, and we will just go around and like catch animals and then torture them in various ways. It's, you know, I feel like there's definitely kind of like a scale. There's kind of a scope. Used to dig up millipedes. Yeah, exactly. See what I mean? There's kind of a like a scale though, because like, you know, when you're messing with insects, it's like for whatever reason that's okay. But like the moment you start doing like cats and squirrels, oh, now he's got a problem, you know? And I'm sitting there like, no, I promise. I did not actually, hang on. I did not actually, hang on. I did not actually do that. That was for the bit. That was for the joke. I did not actually, for legal reasons. I didn't do it, but also for normal reasons. Nothing illegal ever happened. I don't think. Invertebrate rights, please, right? It's about damn time. I'm running as an independent 2024 on platform of invertebrate rights. And they're gonna kick me out. They're gonna kick me out of the frickin' running immediately because I'm not American. And that's so fucked up. And they're letting a guy run who's like a felon now. But no, if you're not American, you... SMH, man. I'm so like glad. I'm so glad Trump got slapped with guilty on every single one of those charges. I was out getting my lunch when that happened, and part of me was so ready for him to get an acquittal. I did not dare to hope. I did not dare to hope. There's a parallel universe somewhere where he got an acquittal, and that's just like, you know, like even if it is absolutely BS, like, you know, it could have happened. It's not so far-fetched that he could have got an acquittal because it just goes differently for him for some reason. I was getting my lunch and getting everything live texted to me by my girlfriend, and oh man, that was good. That was good to hear. I wish there were presidential candidates that were actually good. Okay, that's like, did you know, like, I knew sort of conceptually, right, when I moved to the US, that there are really only two parties. Like, technically there can be as many as you want, but there's only really two. But I didn't really understand it until because I'm from Spain, right? We're like, you know, we got our own problems, sure, but there's so many political parties, and every freaking second there's like a new one that shows up, and like they actually, you know, sometimes to govern the country, two parties have to come to an agreement to do this, to have majority. So there's like compromise. Everyone, you know, because here, like, you know, of course there's, you know, there's Biden and Trump, and if you ask me, of course it's got to be Biden over Trump, even though I would like neither of them. There are more than two parties elsewhere. Yeah, man, there's way more. In Spain there's so many. In fact, it's the norm for there to be a lot of parties. It's just the US that's weird. But what was I saying? Oh, this is so good. We're eating oh, so much range. Did you see that? Oh, so good. Mutant crab to run for president. Oh, right, that is what I was talking about. It's just like I never really like put it in my brain, you know, how actually insane it is that there's only these two parties. And that, like, really, it's marketed as like there can be more than two. Yeah, of course it is. But there's really only two. I like vomiting blood to kill people. Okay, freak. I'm choosing to take your message out of context to make you look bad. Freak, freak. Careful, everyone. We got a freak here. I'm getting apprehended. Okay, well, see you soon. Hopefully, I'm gonna be around. Yeah, let's do that. And do I need to? I do not. I've already done it. Is there anything that's like incredibly good in here? Anything that's worth me doing this? No, God, no. These are all bad. Let's go. I feel like I was on the verge of like a big rant, and then I had to fight a boss, and now all the thoughts are gone from my brain. But yeah, it was definitely something to do with like the president and everything. Oh, right. This is what I was about to say. That like in the US, like because there's only two parties, when people vote and it's like there's only two parties and it's roughly split down the middle. And now let's ignore the fact that like, you know, there's Democrats and Republicans and they're both bad, but Republicans are like evil, right? But like let's ignore that and let's suppose there were two normal parties, you know, both equally sort of, you know, disagreeing but still civilized, right? Because it's kind of split down the middle, when one party wins, it's, you know, like half of the country doesn't really get heard for 4 years. And I'm not saying, you know, like that's a, I don't care how it is, like that's bad. That's a bad situation to be in if half the country. Whereas in a situation like in Spain, for example, where sometimes parties have to like, you know, because no one gets over 50% of the vote. And, you know, to get majority, then you've got situations where someone has to join together. So a party that has like 30% and a party that has like 15% kind of rule together most of the time, and then sometimes they have to get together with the party that has like an extra 10% and that pushes them over half. But then it's like a lot of discourse, a lot of everything. And so everyone gets heard a little bit more in that scenario, right? Because everyone, you know, like there's a lot more interests at play. So there's a lot more stuff going on. I don't know. I feel like I'm not putting this in the best possible way, but here it's, you know, one of the two wins and they are diametrically opposed, and that's kind of it. Whereas elsewhere you get like a bit more leeway, you get a bit more runway, you get, you know, they're not diametrically opposed, there's a lot of vectors pulling away from the middle, or sort of from the status quo, let's call it, rather than the middle. I did not get apprehended. Were you about to get arrested? I know you said apprehended, but I thought you might be exaggerating or something. You all right? Oh, very much needed. Thank you. You never know. I struggle to imagine what kind of situation would you be in where you're drawing, watching a stream, and maybe getting detained. Are you tagging walls, you little shit? Are you vandalizing? If so, hell yeah. Oh, actually, you know, when I was a kid, for a while, I wanted to like be a painter, but to undo like tagged walls, which is the most like square little dweeby thing you can want to be. Like I'm so ashamed, man. Like thinking back on it, I'm like, what the hell was I who was I trying to appease, you know? You wanted blood over someone's house? Well, happens to the best of us. It's alright. Chin up. Chin up, big guy. You'll be alright. This run is kind of coming together. Sure. Why are you fighting organs? Right now this. Oh. Well, I guess we pick a different. No, this is probably the right direction. Right now this level is the womb. So okay, this game has a bit of like messed up imagery everywhere. It's all about like Isaac's mom being kind of like a crazed religious person. She definitely has some underlying mental health stuff, and then she's gone sucked into like some sort of like one of those like TV church things. So I am fighting eggs. Not really eggs. No, this is like just little monsters, just in the context of like my mom wants to kill me is the context of the game. So you're kind of fighting a lot of, yeah, you know, right now I'm fighting one of the horsemen, you know, because it's a lot of grappling with religion, and then there's also just stuff that's just plain gross. But it's also a very good game, so. Please, okay, okay. Nice, 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 nice. Please, come on. There we go. Now, once again, do we want to try and do Hush? I don't know if we want to go for Hush. Hush seems like a little complicated. Seems a little rough right now. I think we're gonna be good little guys, and we're gonna go normal. Your feet is to shit bullets. It's what is Hush? Hush is one of the bosses in this game. It's a very, it's not like a particularly like active boss, but it's still a very hard boss because it has a lot of health and it's very like bullet hell-ish. Hello, please. Oh my god, please. Now I have to be careful actually because I don't have that much health. Okay, okay, okay. Kill, kill, kill. Very nice. It looks absolutely sick. What, this game? Yeah, you should play it. It's honestly okay, actually. The full game is like pretty expensive now, but it's like it's got all little installments because every DLC kind of changes the game so much. It's kind of a whole game on its own. Like the latest DLC doubled the amount of playable characters and introduced like a couple of new bosses, and so it's like there's a lot of content to go around in this game. DLCs, I'm allergic to DLCs. This is okay, no, this is same, but this is one of the good ones. Trust. This is one of the good games. Like this is a game where like every bit of content you pay for is well deserved. Like it deserves every single dollar. And no, like trust me, like I am, you know, I am so averse to all the like microtransaction everything. I've literally never paid for a microtransaction in my life. I've never, you know, I've never fallen for that, and I'm never going to. So yeah, rather spend my money on insects. Do you keep insects? I know you're like interested in them, but I mean, if you do, you know, like good on you. It's just actually, oh my god, I just another memory unlocked. I used to have an ant farm. It did not go well. It was like one of the, like you were supposed to get ants by mail, but instead I just kind of grabbed some ants from outside and put them in, and I did not at all understand the fact that ants have a very sort of, you know, they need like a queen. They've got this kind of stuff going on like bees. so I just put a few worker ants in there, and I don't think they liked it very much. You have pinned insects. Oh. You know, honestly, the way it sounds, you would probably really enjoy being like some sort of museum curator. You know? Like you're going into biology. You could probably thrive in like the entomology department of some museum somewhere. All right. I could see that. Entomology is cool. Entomology is very cool. Like, it's not for me, but it's so cool. Please no. Okay, okay. Okay. Dodge these. This boss is actually literally easier in this last phase than in the early. Oh, got me. What the hell? Literally easier in this last phase than in the early one. No, please. There we go. And that's the post-it. We done it. Great stuff. We are coming up on. I'm gonna hit us with the uptime again. Yeah, we're just there at pretty much the 2 hour cutoff mark for these weekly, like weekday streams. So if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more Isaac, there's going to be a lot more of that. We're going to be doing Night in the Woods probably some point this weekend. I cannot promise that. This is an unusually busy weekend for me. But do not go anywhere. I'm sending you off to some friends who are streaming right now. I need to check actually what it is that they are streaming. But you're gonna have very much fun over there. Please go say hi from me. Uh, so, once again, thank you very much. Consider dropping a follow. Consider checking out other stuff. And go say hi to Valerie and Eric. Bye bye.